A very common question that people are asked is, what are splat args and double splat kwargs? Okay, so if I write a function, def foo, let's even call def hello name, right? And we'll say here return f string of hello name. Okay, so we know that my function can now take a single argument. Hello A works fine. Hello A and B, it won't work. Why won't it work? Because I have provided it with two positional arguments and it only expects one positional argument. And by the way, the term positional argument means that it's a value that I've passed, and as per its position, it will be assigned to the parameter. So this is a positional argument, A, because it's the first argument passed, and it will be assigned to the first parameter, which is name. So far, so good. But here I've passed two positional arguments, and there's only one parameter there that can be assigned to it. Okay, so splat args basically lets us assign any number, I should say, it lets a function accept any number of arguments, and those are assigned to a single parameter, and the parameter is traditionally called args. So if I say here def hello splat args, all right, return hello args. Well, now what's going to happen? I can say hello of A, and hello of A and B, and hello of A and B and C. Well, you can see now what's going on. Well, first of all, I had to use this splat. I had to use the asterisk before the name. And it's actually the asterisk that's important, not the name. The parameter can be named whatever you want. Again, it's traditionally called args, but you can use whatever name you want. And what the splat, the asterisk means is this parameter will be a tuple by definition, right? Args will be a tuple. And it'll contain all of the arguments that were passed to the function. So here it becomes a tuple with one element. Here's a tuple with two elements. Here's a tuple with three elements. And so that tuple then is passed, meaning our function is now super flexible. It can take any number of arguments. Now, you're almost never going to want to retrieve the arguments from args as per their index. Rather, you're going to just want to iterate over them or use all of them in some way. If you're retrieving them by index, then you're probably doing something wrong. Now, you can only have one splat args in a function. So if I say here splat args 2, right now, Python's not going to allow that. You can't have multiple splat args, just one. And again, you can call it whatever you want. What if I have other arguments there? If I say here A and args, well, now watch what happens. I'm going to say here, I'm just going to make this here A equals A and args equals args. And so now when I say hello of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, well, now A is going to be 10 because it's the first parameter, so we got the first positional argument. And the rest of the positional arguments were all turned into a tuple and passed to splat args. Okay, and passed to args, I should say. And so this is a typical way you're going to want to do it. What if I have another one? What if I say here like comma B? That's actually sort of okay, right? But if I say now hello of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh, I forgot to actually print the value of B here. B equals B. Let's do that. So if I do that, and now I call this, it's going to say, wait a second, you can't actually do that. Because the only way to get to B is going to be with a keyword argument. Keyword argument, what's that? Well, I mentioned already that we've got positional arguments, meaning I just provide them here, and as per their positions, as per their locations in the call, they are assigned to the different parameters. So far, so good. But anything after args, it must be a must be a keyword argument. I must say, for example, B equals 50. And now you'll see that B is actually assigned to be 50. And so both in our function definition and in our function call, positional arguments come before keyword arguments. Well, what if I say here, hello of 10, 20, 30, and x equals 100? So I'm just going to provide the keyword argument x equals 100. And the function says, wait, you can't do that. I got an unexpected keyword argument x. What are you talking about? Well, there are functions that want to get any keyword argument they can. And in order to do that, they'll need to be defined a little differently. They'll need to be defined with that's right, double splat kwargs. And in this particular case, args will be a tuple. So args is a tuple, and kwargs is a dictionary. And so now I can actually pass, let's change this to be kwargs. And so now I can say hello of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Watch now, kwargs is an empty dictionary. It only picks up the keyword arguments. It only picks up the things that have the syntax of name equals value. No equal sign, no keyword argument. So what if I say now hello of 10, 20, 30, 40, x equals 100, y equals 200, and z equals 300? Now, a is a regular positional argument, args takes all these positional arguments, and kwargs takes all these keyword arguments and sticks them into a dictionary. Now you can of course have a function that only takes keyword arguments, only takes one positional argument and a keyword argument. You don't need to have both splat args and double splat kwargs. In fact, I would say most functions are going to be like that. And so now I can say here, hello of 100, and then I can say x equals 100, y equals 200, and z equals 300. And now you'll see that a is sure enough 100, and then we have x and y and z. So splat args creates a tuple. Double splat kwargs creates a dictionary, always. The other thing to remember is neither of these is mandatory. If you really want, you can create a function that takes a tuple as an argument, or takes a dictionary as an argument. And then you'll just work with those, as per a regular tuple or dictionary. The advantage of splat args and double splat kwargs is that it feels a little more natural. You're not passing a complex data structure as one argument. Rather, you're letting the user call the function with as many arguments as it wants, either positional or keyword. These are used all the time in Python, all the time, because it's very common for us to want to take any number of arguments and do something with them. It's very common for us to want to take keyword arguments and do something with them. But again, with splat args, you're not going to want to pull them out by index. You're going to want to do a for loop over them, maybe a list comprehension over them. With double splat kwargs, it's a little hazier, but there are plenty of examples of functions that use each of these and both of them.